with a 9.5 degree of difficulty. And you can pick your dives the way you want.
This is Bart Connor and Kathy Johnson welcoming you back to the Lenin Sport and Concert Complex, the men's team competition. This is Alexei Voropayev.
Oh, is that beautiful?
Russia in the lead, United States second, Belarus third at this point.
Excellent. 2 front layouts to a 1.5 twisting front layout.
Voropayev had a great start on the parallel bars and then fell off the high bar. He's expected to be one of our leaders in the all-around competition. Today is just the team awards, but the top 16 from today's session will compete in tomorrow's all-around session. No more than 3 from any one country. And the top 8 on any individual event, no more than any 2 from any country, will compete in the individual apparatus finals. A lot of gymnastics still to come here at the Goodwill Games. Wow. What power.
Full twisting double back at the end. He's not happy about stepping forward on that landing. You can tell he really wants to be perfect.
This 20-year-old was second in the all-around at the World Championships. Won a world title on the parallel bars in 1992. He's a great all-around gymnast. This is Grigory Misyutin on the pommel horse. Former world all-around champion.
And wouldn't everyone like to be this comfortable on the pommel horse? So smooth.
He's won 3 golds at World Championship competition. Unfortunately, has been somewhat in the shadow of maybe the greatest gymnast of all time, Vitaly Sherba.
Very nice routine.
Well, the 23-year-old will be happy with that. He's getting up there in the years for a gymnast, isn't he? Looks pretty fit. Now for the United States. This is Blaine Wilson out of Ohio State. He'll turn 20 years old tomorrow.
I like one of his hobbies, cutting hair.
Wonder if he did his own job there. What do you think? Whoa!
Oh,
he went for a big move there. Just got caught short.
And the one thing the judges are going to see throughout the whole routine, his toes aren't totally pointed. He's really got to work on that. But really going for good difficulty, nice combinations of difficulty.
As a whole, this is a tough event for the United States. This is that move.
Good job.
He traveled a little bit too far and didn't get the reverse rotation back for the straddle cut to catch without having to have his legs hit the bar. The dismount was good. Most gymnasts you'll see will be doing that in the pike position for more difficulty. It won't score very well because of that break in the beginning and a little sloppy form, as you mentioned.
First one pike, too.
Pavlovsky now from Belarus.
Really doing some unique transitional type moves, not the big release moves. So nice work. Great landing. Not the difficulty that we've seen in terms of the spectacular release moves.
That's about as hard as you can land, isn't it?
But intricate work, especially with the hands. A lot of full turns and into Stalder work.
Pavlovsky. Now let's get you up to date on the scores. A 9.575 on the floor for Voropayev. Misyutin had exactly the same score on the pommel horse. And as expected, for Blaine Wilson of the United States on the parallel bars, a low 8.9. Evgeny Shabayev, 21-year-old from Moscow. It's a very strong Russian team.
Even on the power elements, Bart, they're so elegant. I'm sure you've recognized that front tumbling has been upgraded, so many of the gymnasts are performing a lot of front tumbling in their routines to get those bonus points.
I love this in his bio. He says he likes dancing, driving, and walking with his girlfriends.
Oh.
Plural. Way to go, Yevgeny.
Ноги выпрями до конца, дальше поставь. Спокойно.
Last tumbling run.
Oh, you almost stuck it.
These young men are ready for this competition, aren't they, though?
Watch
Really
this.
seem focused, and they're going for the stuck landings.
Here's that front tumbling I was talking about. It's 3 layouts in a row. When they combine laid out front tumbling together, they get the bonus points.
Now on the parallel bars for the United States, this is Drew Durbin.
And this is his best event.
He's excellent as well on the pommel horse and the high bar. Good form, huh?
Very nice control in the handstand.
The score for Pavlovsky on the high bar, a 9.1. And Shabayev on the floor, a 9.35.
Very nice routine and a beautiful landing.
Very impressed with how focused the American team seems at this point.
Absolutely. The U.S. needed this routine right here to be as solid as it was.
For Belarus now, Vitaly Rudnitsky.
The third result, Christian Larek
Was the all-around champion of the Junior Europeans, 1990. Look at the speed.
As for the team,
Fantastic.
That's up there with one of the highest release moves I've seen.
Beautiful roll to eagle and inverted giants.
the second point, United States of Canada.
Look at the power he's generated.
Great technique, an unusual dismount. As I said, it's always nice to wake those judges up with something different.
Well, this release move, I know it took your breath away. Have you ever seen one so high?
Perfect technique, perfect distance from the bar.
Maybe only Trent Demas from the United States has done one that high. We'll be back with his score. For the floor now, this is Vasilenko for Russia. The Russian team are leaders in the team competition. 9.15 was the score on the parallel bars for Drew Durbin from the United States.
Unbelievable.
On the side.
Would you have expected that? I was expecting a front with a full, and he comes up with a double front.
This is certainly a trademark of the Russian teams. You never see a young man representing Russia that isn't an incredible tumbler.
They all share that very excellent technique.
Pull in at the end. So easily done.
Unbelievable technique, perfection, all in such a little space, right down the side of the floor.
The score back over at the high bar for Rudnitsky, Belarus, was a 9.15. This is Scott Keswick. Now, he has a couple of unusual moves in this routine. They look a little sloppy and choppy, but they will earn him bonus points. He's going to do a move called a stutz to one bar and then reach back in. You saw it there. He does it again. Those are the best I've seen him do.
Double front,
about
right to
that?
Maltese.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
That is unbelievable.
I can't believe that just happened.
He just performed several of the skills better than I've ever seen him do in this routine.
I hate to say it, but we've seen this before from Scott Keswick. You mentioned at the top, sometimes hot, sometimes cold. You think it's a lapse in concentration?
It's hard to say what it is. Sometimes if you worry too much and care too much, I know that's going to sound strange, but you start thinking too hard instead of just letting your body do what it does so well.
After he made all of those difficult moves, this is a simple A move, the easiest of the moves in his routine. It's a reverse pirouette.
Sometimes I think you can get excited. There's no way he wasn't excited at that one point, doing so well.
Andrei Khan now for Belarus on the high bar. The score over on the floor for Vasilenko, a 9.6.
Beautiful reverse hack. Straight body. He's going to do it again. Oh, I thought that was a little too far out. You can't tell for certain from where we're looking, but
I think to a lot of people who are watching at home, it looks like these athletes get hurt on these. Granted, they're dropping from about 14, 15 feet, but most of the gymnasts realize that if they spread their body out, they can dissipate that fall, and many times it won't hurt as much as it looks like it should.
Unfortunately, he didn't lay out like he was supposed to, and I think he might have hit his nose. Certainly, he's probably fine, but just doesn't feel good. Oh, what a shame. It's so nice to see the top gymnasts perform gymnastics. They add that extra something, a little bit of flair on every move.
Back over to the floor now, Alexei Nemov. Russians doing very well here on the floor. Just amazing, one after another, with the best tumbling we've ever seen.
You can tell they have the technique down because every single gymnast performs with almost identical technique. Oftentimes we see in the same country gymnasts performing the same skills but performing them differently. You can tell when they have mastered something, they teach it to every athlete that comes up.
You think it's an unfair advantage? They are the home country. They are competing on a pink floor exercise mat. Do you think that's unfair to the other athletes who may not have had to stare at a pink mat before? Hard to say, huh?
You're really hard on this pink mat, and I kind of like it, but here's that final tumbling run. Beautiful double pike with ease and elegance.
You know, some gymnasts do a layout double, some do a full twisting double, but that wasn't the most difficult move. But why is it just so beautiful?
Because his toes are pointed, he has perfect lift, and he's in the exact position you should be in.
Let's get up to date now on the scores. An 8.95, the score for Scott Keswick on the parallel bars after that fall. Andrei Khan, his score on the high bar, an 8.65 after his fall. This is Cheney Humphrey on the parallel bars now for the United States. Now, Cheney has just a brutal routine. I feel sorry for the parallel bars after he gets off. He's so strong, he's so big, and watch, he's just going to rip through this routine with some pretty exciting moves.
This is the calm before the storm. Is he just...
Look at those guns. That's some serious biceps. Double back. Not bad. And again,